everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. Well, the summer's almost over, and that can only mean one thing. It's fall preview time! Alright, get out your TV guides and follow along with me as I discuss what the most promising new shows are and what returning favorites we are most looking forward to. Okay, so inside the TV guide, they have a super handy fall primetime schedule, and we're going to go through it night by night and discuss what we should be watching. I watch a lot of TV, and I'm okay with it. I've come to accept that about myself. Okay, so let's get started with Monday night. Monday's not like the best TV night. There are a couple new shows that look promising. One is called Me, Myself, and I. It stars Bobby Moynihan from Saturday Night Live. He's an inventor, shows him at 3 different ages. 14, 40, and 65, something like that. The 65-year-old is played by John Larroquette. So I'm happy to see John Larroquette back on TV. I think just from the few previews that I've seen, it does look like it might be kind of funny, and I will definitely check it out. I'm not promising I'm going to stick with it, but that's definitely one that I've got my eye on. That is going to be on CBS. It looks like they're going to try that show out at a couple of different times. It's going to start at 9:30, 8:30 Central, and then the end of October, they're moving it to 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock Central. The only other thing that I'm kind of interested in on Monday nights will be a show called The Good Doctor. That starts September 25th, and that's going to be on ABC. That's the show where the main character is a doctor. He has autism, so he processes things differently, and he also has trouble socially, and it looks kind of intriguing to me. So I think I'm going to probably tune in to the first episode and see if I like it or not. Okay, moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday night's going to be kind of tricky. This is when you got to break out the DVR, because you really should be watching ABC from 8 to 11, 7 to 10 Central Time. Starting with The Middle, which is a highly underrated show. It's better than Modern Family. I don't know why this show doesn't get nominated for Emmys. It's excellent. And this is the final season. So if you haven't been watching this show, you need to do a little binge watching, get up to speed, and enjoy this final season. Following that is Fresh Off the Boat. Again, I think it might be their last season. Very solid entertainment. Not as good as The Middle, but very few shows are. That goes right into Blackish, which is another good, solid show, funny. And following that is now going to be the new show, The Mayor. I don't know if he's like a DJ or a hip hop guy, or I'm not sure, but someone puts his name in to be mayor of his town, and he ends up winning, and I clearly don't know that much about it, but that might be worth a try, as long as you're on that channel anyway. Then the last hour on ABC is another new show called Kevin Probably Saves the World. The main character is played by Jason Ritter. He's a guy who's kind of down on his luck. He lost his girlfriend, he lost his job and his home or whatever. And then this woman appears to him and tells him that he's like one of 30 people that are put on earth to save the world or to keep people hopeful, something like that. Sounds like it's got a little bit of a different angle, and I think it's worth a check-in. Here's where things are going to get a little tricky on Tuesday night. While Blackish and The Mayor are on, you also have to be tuning into This Is Us. If you haven't already, definitely binge watch that right now. For those of us who are missing parenthood, this has the same feel. It is about a family. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking at times, but it is just good entertainment, and you must watch. At 9:30, 8:30 Central on Fox is going to be Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Laughs beginning to end. Andy Samberg, Andre Braugher, who I love. Just a huge cast of incredibly funny people. That has to be watched as well. So if The Mayor doesn't turn out to be as funny as we thought, then you are going to have to switch over after Blackish to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, then switch back over to ABC for Kevin Probably Saves the World. Okay, so that's your Tuesday. Wednesday, ABC also has 4 solid sitcoms from 8 to 10, 7 to 9 Central. It starts with The Goldbergs. You have to watch The Goldbergs. You have to. The Goldbergs is one of the funniest sitcoms on TV today. It's right up there with The Middle, but The Middle has heart. The Middle will, at some point, you're laughing, and then at some point you realize you almost start crying. The Middle will get you with something incredibly poignant. You've got a lump in your throat. It is all around good. It's just a great little half hour of TV. The Goldbergs, just all funny. And they are starting to have a few touching moments here and there with the kids and the parents. It's right up there in quality with The Middle. So the Goldbergs you have to watch it. That's just all there is to it. Speechless. This show surprised me. It was a newcomer last season. I didn't know if I was going to love it. It stars Minnie Driver, but I ended up watching it probably because it follows the Goldbergs. But it's really good. I really like it. So I would just stay on the channel, keep watching. Speechless is then followed by Modern Family. I don't have to tell you about Modern Family. It is a great show. I felt Modern Family had dropped a little bit for me a couple of seasons ago. And last season may have gotten better again. Modern Family is then followed by American Housewife. You guys have to watch this. I feel like this is the best kept secret on TV. I don't know the actress's name who plays the mother, but she is hilarious. This is another family comedy, and it's very funny, and you need to check it out. Wednesdays, you're just going to stay on the same channel. You're going to stay on ABC for that 2-hour time span. Again, Wednesday, you're going to have to break out the DVR because on September 27th, Survivor is starting. I may even do a recap for that. That show has been on for so long. But for whatever reason, whether it's because the contestants themselves are different every time, that show manages to hold my interest season after season after season. The politics and strategy, I'm into it, man. I'm just totally into it. And I love trying to figure things out with them. I love their gameplay. I love the outwit, outlast, outplay, and I'm all in. So you have to watch Survivor too. Let me go back. On Monday, Me, Myself, and I starts on September 25th. And I forgot to say that at 8:30, 7:30 Central on Mondays, another new show called 9JLK. That's a new show that I definitely want to try. It stars the guy from Royal Pains who I think is like the executive producer or something. This show is like loosely based on his own life for a time when he lived in New York, and his parents and his brother were like in the next 2 apartments. The previews for that look pretty funny too, so you have to watch that. That premieres on October 2nd, and that's also on CBS. Then on Tuesdays on ABC, The Middle, Fresh Off the Boat, Blackish, The Mayor, and Kevin Probably Saves the World. Those all begin October 3rd. Also on Tuesday, This Is Us and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Those begin on September 26th. So the Wednesday shows I mentioned, starting with The Goldbergs, Speechless, Modern Family, American Housewife, those all start September 27th, as does Survivor on CBS. Okay, Thursday. Now, I am not a Grey's Anatomy girl. I just never started it, and then I was afraid to start it because I knew I would love it, and I was so many seasons behind I couldn't possibly catch up, so I never started it. But if you are a Grey's Anatomy girl or boy, Grey's Anatomy goes into Scandal, goes into How to Get Away with Murder. That's kind of your Thursday lineup for ABC. And How to Get Away with Murder and Grey's Anatomy both start September 28th, and Scandal starts October 5th. You're gonna have to break out the DVR again because Thursday hasn't had a must-see TV night in several years now. NBC is bringing it back. We're starting at 8 o'clock, 7 Central with Superstore. You gotta watch Superstore. It's hilarious. It's like The Office, only they're not in an office, they're in a Walmart. It's great. America Ferrera from Ugly Betty. I don't even know who the actress is who plays Dina. She's hilarious. You have to watch that. Sorry, I know I'm making a lot of demands on you, but this is some really good stuff here. That's followed by The Good Place. That's Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. If you remember it, this show premiered last season. Kristen Bell wakes up and she realizes she has died and she's in heaven. Then it turns out that was a mistake because she was a really horrible person in her life. But due to a snafu, she ended up in The Good Place. But it's funny and it is worth watching. That's going to be followed by Will and Grace. I cannot believe Will and Grace is coming back. That's probably the show most anticipated. I am really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be better than ever. Following Will and Grace is a show called Great News. This also premiered last season. I did not give it a chance. Andrea Martin is in it, and I believe it's produced by Tina Fey. This season, Tina Fey actually has a recurring role, so I think it's going to be great. Oh, Nicole Richie is also in it. I think I have to give it another chance. Superstore, The Good Place, Will and Grace, and Great News are all on NBC, and they all start September 28th. Okay, Friday night. Looks like they moved Once Upon a Time to Friday night at 8/7 Central. That's on ABC. It used to be on Sunday nights. If anyone was not able to watch it before, now that it's on Friday night, if you've got nothing going on, you really should check it out. It's cool. It's a retelling of fairy tales in a unique and really cool way. So this show, cinematography-wise, is just amazing to watch. And the stories are interesting, and I like the characters. I mean, it's a twist on all these characters that you've known as a child. The Wicked Witch of the West, Cinderella, Robin Hood. They did a whole season in Neverland. Every season kind of has a different theme, and it's very unique. It's really interesting, and it's definitely worth giving a chance if you haven't already. Then opposite that, break out the DVR, because we have My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on the CW. That is also at 8/7 Central, followed by Jane the Virgin. Both of those shows are awesome. My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I did not even think I was gonna like, but it turned out to be so funny. I just think she's talented and hilarious. It did have a slight dip for me last season, but I'm looking forward to it because the actress who stars in it, whose name escapes me again, she created it. She wrote it and she stars in it and she created it and she pitched the idea as a 4-season show. Like, she knew the beginning, middle, and end. She knew where the story was going to end and when it should end. And so either this is the last season or next season will be the last. So I've got to see it through now. I'm invested in it. And it really was a surprise how funny it was to me. It's worth checking out for sure. And Jane the Virgin, I mean, same thing. Jane the Virgin is not rocket science, but it is sweet. And I got into that because the premise was so crazy. So she's a virgin. She's going for just a gynecological exam. And through some crazy circumstances, she is accidentally artificially inseminated. So she ends up having this child. She ends up getting in a relationship with the donor, and it's sweet. It's just as sweet. I just enjoy watching it every time it's on. It's just a very nice show. Again, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Jane the Virgin are on the CW, and those shows do not start until October 13th. Saturday, you're on your own. Do what you want. Talk to your family. Get some fresh air if you feel you must. Have a life, go out with friends, get all that out of your system, because on Sunday, it's back to the TV. Shark Tank is moving to Sundays, and October 8th, it moves to its regular time slot of 9/8 Central. There's a new show that's going to be on Sundays, starting at 8/7 Central. It's called Wisdom of the Crowd. I think it begins on October 1st. and that stars Jeremy Piven. That looks a little interesting to me because his daughter was killed and he decides to use crowdsourcing to find the killer. And I find that to be a very interesting premise. I don't know if the show is going to be any good. I think I may check out the first episode just to see if it's something I want to stick with. I've done that before, where just the idea of the show, if it's like a brand new idea that intrigues me, I want to check it out. I don't always stick with them, but I will check out the first episode. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned about some new things you didn't know before, and that you're as excited for the new fall season as I am. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.